Hey troops, Roxee here, and welcome to Roxee Plays Games, and welcome to another brand new game on the channel, Transport Fever 2. Woohoo! This game is awesome. Before I get into the game, I want to do my usual thank yous. So thank you for everyone who has liked my previous videos. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to the channel. We are slowly getting towards our 500 mark. Guys, I would love it. It's my birthday, Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas. I would love for a birthday treat or Christmas treat to be able to reach the 500 mark. So if you haven't already subscribed, it costs nothing, guys. Just hit that subscribe button, and you never know, you might end up with a little treat, because I'm going to be doing a 500 subscriber giveaway for everyone that's subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, guys, and pass it on to your friends. Let's get up to 500 by Christmas. Right, quick announcement. Winter Resort Simulator Season 2. I did a couple of videos, put them on the channel, but there seem to be a few bugs. There's bugs with the multiplayer at the moment, certain things not working properly, and there's some bugs in the single player with a couple of things not working properly, which is going to affect how I play the career mode. My plan was I was going to do a explanation of all the different ropeways, but obviously for the ropeway I would need to purchase it. They're really expensive, but the way of earning income is really slow. You either have to do a million missions and obviously be playing all day long to be able to do the missions, because the restaurants don't earn I don't know why, but there's a bug where they're just not bringing any money. So I'm going to put it on hold for a little while, and once that's all sorted, we will be back in Winter Resort Simulator, because it is a beautiful game. It's really good. I love the concept. It's just, like I say, it's just got a couple of bugs that need ironing out. Anyway, right, Transport Fever 2, how are we going to do this? I'm going to have 4 seasons. There is a campaign mode, which is like a tutorial, I guess. I had a little play around with that, and I was initially going to do a playthrough of the campaign, but it's a little bit slow. You have to wait for certain things to go on, and I wanted to just be free-flowing, so we're just going to do a free game. There are 3 different like map types, and within those you've got different settings that or sliders that you can move, and also you've got different elements you can change on the size of the map, from small, medium, large and very large, and also the residential and the industry between low, medium, high and very high. And this obviously will affect how many buildings, etc. appear on the map. We're going to do 4 seasons, guys. And the plan is, season 1 is going to be on a small map with low residential and industry. Season 2 we will move up a notch on each one, so it'll be medium all the way through. Season 3 will be large all the way through, and season 4, the last season, will be very large all the way through. I'm going to keep the maps consistent with the seed. I'm going to call it Roxee. So if you guys decide that, oh, I like that map, you'll know what the seed name is. It's going to be Roxee. Obviously, you can create your own seed, or you can just randomize it if you wish. The small map. These 3 white icons are towns, and the yellow is industry. So you can see it's not a busy map. But what's going to make this difficult for season 1 is we're actually going to start off in 1850. So there's going to be very limited transportation. It's going to be horse and cart. There's going to be no planes, steam trains, steamboats. So yeah, it's going to be quite a slow progress. But the plan is season 1 will be 1850. Season 4 we will start in the year 2000, so we'll have everything unlocked. Season 2 and 3 will be somewhere in the middle, depending on how long it takes us to get through season 1, and subsequently onto season 2 will dictate when we start season 3. The vehicle types, you can go into settings. If you go custom in a settings, you can have it on all. I'm actually going to change this to English. But what we're going to do is we are going to go, in fact, it won't let me go onto English if I'm not on custom. The only downside with going custom is, as I've already discovered, is if I change this to, no, I can do that, can't I? Yeah, if I was to put this on all, it disables the achievements, and I wasn't really too bothered about that, but I'm actually thinking now, no, I would like to have the achievements on. So we're going to have Asian vehicles, but I'm just going to have it on English town names because some of the Asian names I can't pronounce. So season 1's going to be Asia, season 2 is going to be USA, season 3 is going to be Europe, and then season 4 we will unlock everything. And as I say, we're going to start off in 1850 for the season. I may increase the difficulty. I'm not quite sure yet. We most likely will go to medium, potentially for season 3, but definitely we're going to keep it on easy for this season. Right, let's get into the game, guys. Let's get into the game. Drop us a comment if you've already got this game, or if you're thinking about getting this game and you was just watching this to see what it's like. I love it. If you like city skylines and SimCity and all those types of city builder games, then you'll love this. The detail is amazing. The concept is really cool. Simple but complex all at the same time. Right, so I'm not going to get into an in-depth tutorial on explaining what everything is. Very quickly, you've got different views that you can look at here with the overlay button. Down here, this is where you would lay out your lines, which will come more apparent in a bit. Here's where you would buy your vehicles, and then you've got your different construction areas. So you've got road, rail, boats, aeroplanes. Obviously it's greyed out at the moment because we don't have planes in this year. We've got landscaping tools, and then over here we got some more stats tabs. So line stats, vehicle stats, stations, towns, and industries. Now this is the first one that I generally look at because this is the one that I'm more interested in. We've got 3 towns: Barnt Green, Chester Street, and Gloucester. Let me put this on pause actually, because I just realised basically when you're playing through, you start off with a $5 million loan, and each month you pay interest. So all the time I'm talking and not doing anything, I'm losing money. So when you start off the game, just hit the pause button. I should have done that in January rather than wait until February. Hit the pause button and then you can have a look around the map, see what's going on. But yeah, as I was saying, each of the towns, you can see how many population there is, the vehicle or transportation, but what we're interested in is the cargo, because we need to provide the town with this cargo so that the town can grow. If it doesn't get the required cargo, then the population can drop, but obviously we want it to increase. So Barnt Green requires machines and food. Chester Street requires fuel and tools, and Gloucester requires construction materials and goods. We're going to start off with the easier one out of all of them to begin with, and then we'll explain how the process all works. So let me close that all down. Have a quick look around where everything is. So we've got Chester Street here. We've got Barnt Green up here. We've got Gloucester here, and then we've got all of the various different industries. So the way it works, if we look at Barnt Green, it requires food and machines. The food is one of the easier ones to get, and also I think, yeah, the bricks, the construction materials, is another probably easier in a way, actually, because of it's a 1-to-1 ratio, whereas food is a 2-to-1 ratio, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So Barnt Green requires food. This is a food processing factory, so the grain icon turns it into food. So if we click on this, it shows us it requires 2 grain to make 1 food. So we need 2 lots of sources of grain coming in, or 1 really good lot coming in consistently to provide the 1 lot of food that's going to come out. That food then needs to be transported to Barnt Green. simple, straightforward enough. The bricks up here, the construction material, only requires a 1-to-1 ratio. So it requires one lot of stone. So one lot of stone from the quarry into here makes the bricks, and then those bricks then can go to Gloucester. Quite a simple process. We might actually do that one first, because that is a really simple one. In fact, yes, we will. Something a little bit more complex, machines. So it requires machines. We can see up here we've got a machine factory. Machine factory requires 2 different ingredients. It requires planks and steel. Steel can be made here at the steel mill, but that requires iron and coal. So if we click on it, it requires 2 lots of iron and 2 lots of coal to make 1 lot of steel. Very expensive. So we can look around. We've got an iron and a coal here. We've got another coal there, and we've got another iron here. So we need to get those 4 lots of resources into here to make the steel to go to there, as well as we need planks. We've got a sawmill here that makes planks, 2-to-1 ratio. So we need 2 lots of logs. We've got 1 log there. We've got 1 log there. So these 2 lots of logs need to go down to here to make the planks, to come up to here to make the planks to come up to here, as well as the steel from here to make the machines to go to there. So that's a little bit more of a complex process. So we're going to start off with this simple one up here, show you how the transportation works. We're going to do it all by road for this one, and then the food one we will do a mixture of road and rail. So let's have a look. First thing we need to do is we need to get the stone from here to here. How do we do that? We need to go into the road, because we're going to be using road, and we want to go to buildings. We've got different building things here, and what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to use a truck station, because a truck station is a pick up and drop off. A truck unload stop is just an unload. It speaks for itself. Now I don't know if the pass-through rate on this is better or worse or the same as a truck station, so we're going to find out. A little bit of experimentation. First thing we need to do is we need to drop a truck stop close to this. We can do some changing. We can add a tram track. We can make more platforms left and right. That would be more apparent if this was going to be covering multiple resources, but it's only going to cover the 1 resource, so we'll just leave it as as well as if you're going to have more than 1 route, which I'll show you in a second. So we're just going to leave that on 1 and 1. We can increase the length of the actual platform. So if we have a look down, you can see I can't point because obviously I'm moving it around, but see the 2 square blocks left and right, looks like a little pole in the middle, quite short, and that's quite long. You've got 3 little poles in the middle, so that just means more trucks can line up on the platform. So what we're going to do is my OCD needs to make this straight, so I'm going to rotate this round. Now for the truck station or truck stop or train, they're all the same. To be connected to this industry, it needs to be highlighted. So if I'm over here, it's connected to the road, but the quarry is just normal. If I move over here, see how it highlights white. So that means that it's connected to that industry, and as I move away, it goes out. Come closer, it highlights. You don't need to have this right next to this for it to work. I can go a distance away and it's instantaneous. Once the goods are dropped off at the station, it will appear here, or vice versa, depending on if it's a pickup or drop off. So to save on driving distance, I mean, I know it's not a massive distance, but it's a good few seconds of, especially in 1850 when we're on horse and cart, that's a good bit of time that the trucks have got to travel down here and then travel back again. So I'm going to have it over here to save on travel distance from here to here. Now we could do a number of things here. We could have I'll show you the different options we can do. We can have 1 station here. We can have a line set up from here to here to do the drop off, and then we can set up a separate line on the second platform to go from here down to here to drop the bricks off. that's one option. There's only one station required, so less maintenance, less initial cost. The downside is when we got a lot of vehicles on the road, it could cause a bit of a backlog of vehicles coming in and out. The other thing is as well is we could potentially have this truck station here. So look at the distance saved from there to here, and also it's going to be the same going in the opposite direction, so we can actually save on distance travelled, but it's going to cost us more money initially. What's better? I don't really know. Second thing, which is what I just said earlier, is I don't know whether the throughput is better with that or with one of these. I really don't know, so I'm actually going to test this because I've not used an unload stop for something like this. I've done it in the towns and it works fine, but I've not done it for one of these, so I'm actually going to drop this here. Then what I'm going to do, because at the moment the vehicle's going to have to travel all the way down here and you need to find a turnaround spot, so I'm actually just going to put a little bit of a road here so that the trucks can come in and then they got a turnaround spot. I'm actually going to do one either side just to give them the option. Right, so now we've got a pickup spot here to pick up the stone. We got a drop off spot. We need to create a route or a line in between the two, so we click on this line manager, new line. We're going to go from here to here, and you can see it automatically puts in where the turnaround spot's going to be, so we can see that's easy. We can name these, so this is really handy because it'll make it easier for our when we're finding stuff. So it's Gloucester, if I can actually spell it correctly, Gloucester stone truck. There's only going to be the one route, so I'm just going to leave it as it was. If I had multiple routes of stone, I would rename them 1, 2, 3, 4. So the route is named. What I want to do now is I want to make sure that the trucks fill up here before leaving. So you've got two boxes here. This is Gloucester East, so this is the pickup, and we want to load all rather than load or full load if any. So basically, if it's on full load if any, if it comes in here and there's nothing here, it will just leave. So it's going to be, it could potentially go back and forth without any materials, and that's just a waste of journey. We want to make sure that it is full. Unload, obviously, is going to unload, so we can just leave that as it is. You can set a maximum waiting time. 3 minutes should be fine. It shouldn't take any longer than 3 minutes. The starting vehicles only have a capacity of 4, so it's not going to take long to fill. Right, so that's leg 1 done. We now need to do leg 2. So we want to go back to our buildings. We want to get a truck station. Rotate this a touch and then come all the way out to here. So we got our truck pickup, and then we need a drop off. Now we could again use this, or we can use one of these, and we want to highlight as many of the bricks as we can, and that seems to be the best spot there. I am going to put a road coming across here. The residents will, or the game will naturally put in roads itself, but I like to add in some myself just to get some bits and pieces kind of already in place. Right, so we've got our drop off and pick up, and we need to make a line. So we're going to create a new line from here to here. We're going to rename this Gloucester brick truck. Again, we want to make sure that it picks up from Gloucester North, and then it's going to drop it off however much there is. Now, if this was a bigger area and we had more bricks required, we may need to put multiple stops down. Then we would need to create multiple lines. So that's where having a second platform will come in handy. Right, so we've got our line set up. We've got our building set up. Next thing we need to do is we need trucks. So we need to go to the, not the trains, the truck depot. Make sure you get the right one. That's for trams, this is for trucks. And I'm just going to plonk you. You can place this anywhere you want. I'm just going to place you there. Done. Right, so next thing we need to do is we need a bunch of trucks. Now this distance is quite short, so I reckon somewhere between 5 and 10 trucks is going to be fine. This distance here is quite a bit longer, so we're going to probably need like 20 trucks maybe, but we'll start off nice and easy. We'll start off with 5 trucks on this bit, 10 trucks on this bit, and then we can always increase it if we need to. Sorry, I'm a little bit nasally at the moment. I've got a bit of a sniffle going on, so apologies for that. Right, trucks, buy vehicles, cargo. We've only got the one truck available for cargo. We're going to buy 5 of these. Matter of fact, we can buy 15 of these and then we can just separate them in a second. So let's buy 15. Done. Next thing we need to do is we need to put them onto a route. So you've got a couple of options. You can click on them individually, like so. You can click on this icon here and it will highlight all of them, but we don't want all of them. We only want 5 initially. 3, 4 and 5. We're going to click on this icon which will set them onto a particular line. So we're going to set line and we want the stone route here. So if we go out a little bit we can see it'll highlight. So that's really cool. That's why it's nice to name these, because you know which one you're going to be going on, but you can also see the color of the line and you can change the colors if you want. So the 5 is going to go onto that route, and then the remaining 10 is going to go onto that route, and that's it. That is our transportation setup. So let's fast forward, get these babies out. Now, in fact, I'm just going to go on normal time for a short little while, because I want to show you the detail of this. Like this here looks normal, basic kind of civilization style, but look at the detail when we come all the way down to ground level. It does look pretty cool, doesn't it? The detail, the scenery. Let's come over to Gloucester and look at the houses, people walking around. See this little dude here, and what you can do is anything that you click on, you can click on this little enter cockpit camera and you'll go into their mode, so you can actually walk along with them. Little wobbly head going on, so that's really cool, and you can do that with all the vehicles. Obviously the buildings don't have cockpits because they don't have cockpits. These are passenger, these are just Leon Williams. Change the name. You're going to be Roxee. Cool. Right, so let's have a quick look what's going on here. So what's happening at the moment is you've got these 5 vehicles that are coming up here to grab the stone. So they will grab the stone. Let's come down this way a little bit. So this guy, he's got 4 out of 4 stone. So like I said, they haven't got a big capacity, so we will definitely need more, but we're just going to start up into 5 initially, and then as look at how much stone we've got already. We're going to need more very quickly actually, so we're going to add another 5 trucks on here. The way we do this is we can go, there's multiple ways, but the way I find that's easiest, if you click on the depot, or if you're somewhere else, I could be all the way over here if I wanted to be, doesn't matter. If I click on the truck icon, I can then go to either the road depot and I can buy more vehicles. Or if I want to have exactly what I've got doing exactly the same thing, if I go to Gloucester Stone Truck here, we can see we've got all the 5 vehicles. If I highlight all of them and I do clone, it will clone all of the vehicles and put them on exactly the same route, like so. So now I've got 10 vehicles, and if I come back up here to the depot, we'll see those 5 vehicles coming out. I may end up needing potentially 15 to 20 here, looking at the distance and the speed that they're going and the production of this stone, and that means we're going to need double what we have here to get the bricks taken away. But at the moment, these trucks are going to come in here, they're going to be waiting for the bricks, but we have no stone in there to produce the bricks, so they'll be waiting for a little while. He'll come in, speed this up a touch. I don't generally like going on fast forward, but for the purpose of the playthrough, it'll take forever and ever and ever if I have it on normal speed. What I might do is, if I'm doing any off-camera bits that I want to just watch but might be a bit boring to play, then I can do that then. Right, I'm just trying to work out whether this process is quicker or slower. I think it's about the same, you know. I think it's about the same. Because there's going to be a little pause where they unload stuff. So yeah, I think it's about the same. And the good thing about that is it's less maintenance, it costs less initially, and it takes up less real estate as well. Not that real estate's an issue here. Right, so we've got, oh my god, we've got so much stone. The production of the stone is actually really good, so I think we'll let these come in so that they're on a nice spread, and we'll see how many more we can get in. I mean, I'm thinking definitely a minimum of 5, potentially 10 more. Right, looks like these are going now. You got some bricks? I can click on you. Yep, you got bricks. You got bricks. So what's going to happen now? These are going to take the bricks. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them gone. These are going to take the bricks down to here. If we click on Gloucester, we can see we require 29 lots of bricks coming in. I don't know whether we will reach that. We will see. But what will happen is the number of residents will start to increase. So we can see we're on 92. Remember that, guys, 92. Right, how are we looking on this now? So yeah, we've got a bit of space. Let's add in 5 more. So stone trucks, we'll clone 5. So that'll put 15 on this area. And then how are we looking over here? This is waiting for stone to make more bricks. So this is the bottleneck we've got at the moment, is this section. Now I am thinking, depending on how quick this produces, if we reach all of the needs on the production, shipment and transportation, then it will level up, and then I believe once it gets to level 2 it will then produce more, or it'll produce it quicker. I'm not quite sure because I've never actually taken much notes. And certainly I did a little practice of this playthrough to see where everything was and what I was going to do before I've done the video, and I couldn't get the bread, because I did the bread one, I couldn't get it to level up the food processing factory. No matter what I did, I just couldn't get it to level up, and from what I've read, to increase the shipment, you may need multiple towns to ship to. But obviously we've only got one town that requires bread, so you can't physically do that in this particular map. More towns will give that option or the ability to do that, but certainly in this we can't do it. Right, how are we looking on this spread? Just waiting for these 5 trucks to get in, spread themselves out a little bit, and then that'll make this a little bit more evened. Got a little bit of stone waiting here, and we've got a long wait because the trucks are only just starting to come back. So I think now might be a good time to add in. We'll add in 5 more trucks for here, and then we can always increase that. So we want the brick truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's clone 5 extra ones in there. So it will take a little while. Let's go on to full speed. It will take a little while for this to all balance itself out. Obviously you can only have so many, and then before you start then getting a bottleneck and vehicles waiting. You want to have the vehicles coming in, picking up, and as it's leaving, the next one coming in. You don't want to have them waiting for too long. So there's a little bit of a gap there of potentially one vehicle. So we'll see how that goes. Let it all even itself out. But yeah, you see the distance between that one and this one. We could potentially get another 2 or 3 trucks in there, which will then increase the amount of stone. But what I'm looking at here, if we look at the amount of stored, we never want this to get to 0. So it's going down, and then a truck pops in. Going down, another truck pops in. If this reaches 0, then it's not producing anything, so then the production is going to be below, or it's going to drop down, which then will affect the shipment and transportation. The bottleneck we've got at the moment is this isn't producing it very quickly, and I don't know why that is, because we've got plenty of stone here. So we can't speed up this process. That's just, it is what it is. They're going to have a little bit of a pause, waiting for this to produce some stone. So I don't think I think we've got the right amount here. We might have a little bit, although this is going to be stacking up. Looking at the amount of stored stone we have, I don't think we can really do much with that. Seems to be just fine. Right, so I'm happy with this side of it, and this is just slow. We've got plenty of stone, we're just not producing the bricks. So production is almost at 100. I can't really do anything more with this. So that is all set up, guys and girls. Like I say, I can't really fix this anymore. We would need more construction plants to get more bricks out. So that's going to be as fast as that can physically go, unfortunately. These numbers will slowly go up. As you can see, it's going up as we start getting stuff transported out. We don't have a second town that requires bricks, so the shipment isn't going to, I don't think, will go over 60%, although it doesn't actually say percent, so that's just a number. Either way, that is pretty much it. That is how we set up a transport network. Whether it's planes, whether it's trains, whether it's trucks, boats, you have a pick-up and a drop-off spot. Just to give you an example, we've got 2 lots of crude oil wells here. They both need to go to this oil refinery to turn it into oil. Now, what we could do is we could have a bolt dock here, with a road connecting the two of them, and then we have a road, a truck, or a couple of trucks that drop the oil, crude oil to the bolt. The bolt then comes all the way down here to here, and then a truck that then drops it into here. That's one thing we can do. Another thing we could do is we could have a bolt down here with a train, and the train comes along, picks up the oil and drops it off. The downside with doing that is if it's full here, it's not going to pick up anything from here because it's full. So you would need to have two lines, a line here and a line from here, so that it's both going. I kind of like the bolt idea personally. And then we just need to get the oil from here to produce fuel, and then get the fuel then to here. So that's one thing we're going to do. But the next episode, we're going to set up our bread route, which is going to be a mixture of trains and trucks, I think. And then once that's all up and running, and we start making a profit, we can then have a look at doing something a little bit more complex. But that's it for today. It's actually not as long as I thought it was going to be, because initially I was going to do the bread route and that would have took a little bit longer to set up, but this was quite quick. And as I can see, oh, we're actually getting a bit of a backlog here now. So we've actually come to a point where we're not producing enough stone for the amount of trucks that we've got. So we've probably got 2 trucks too many. I'm actually going to sell 2 of these. So manage and sell. Yes. I'm going to sell this guy here. Let's go on slow speed. Sell you. Manage. Sell. Yes. Because I don't want to have more trucks than is necessary, because they cost money, they cost maintenance. So literally that one should go very quickly. So he's going and he's in. So he's got a little bit of a wait, but hopefully not too long. We'll see. 2, 3. Come on, number 4. Come on, number 4. Come on, come on. There we go. So he's coming in now. So I might get rid of one more. We'll just see how long. 1, 2. I'll leave it actually as it is, because there's a little bit of a longer gap there. Yeah, we'll leave it as it is. So I had 1 or 2 trucks too many there, because we don't want trucks waiting. It's not productive, but I can't do anything else with this one. We've got plenty of stone, it's just not producing it quick enough, and I can't increase the shipment to then, because once all 3 of these are in past this line, it will then start to level up, and then like I say, I'm guessing once it gets up to level 2 it will produce more bricks, but we can't physically do anything about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Episode 2, we will look at providing grain to our food processing factory, and we will look at moving the produced food to Barnt Green, and Barnt Green is actually going to get renamed. I actually forgot to do this earlier. Barnt Green, right guys, I can rename stuff, and I'm actually going to rename this to Donrado. Why Donrado? Donrado kindly gifted me a little while ago a add-on for X-Plane, and it's really appreciated. He didn't have to do it for me, but he did at the kindness of his heart. So I know it's not really much of a thank you, but just to show my appreciation, he will now be in all of my playthroughs in this season and the following seasons as well. He will be the first one named, There is a link in my description below if anyone would like to donate. It's not a requirement, but it is a way of helping me grow the channel. The more, obviously, income I have, the more time I will have to improve my setup and make better content for you guys. But either way, thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Once we hit the 500, hopefully by Christmas, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. That'll be a nice little gift for you guys. Christmas, a nice little gift card so you can add another game to your collection. It costs you nothing, but it does help me and my channel grow. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you for episode 2, where we're going to get some food into Donrado. Take care and goodbye.